This video is Cannabis Growing Edutainment, created for viewers aged 18 and over. By continuing to watch, you confirm that you are 18 years of age or older. All activities depicted in this video are conducted in compliance with our laws here in Canada. Oh hey, don't forget to watch to the end of this video for funny bloopers and dumb stuff. Okay, now we know you're a grown-up. Welcome to Grow Daddy TV.
Come on!
A Stoner's Reese's. I basically got some chocolates and I got a little peanut butter. So we just put a little peanut. I really love peanut butter.
Honey? Go Daddy.
I've been doing this for a long time.
Okay, I was just wondering. Does that milk good?
The chocolate's good. Peanut butter's good.
Somebody's been into the peanut butter and sourdough, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is just so cute. Sweetie.
It's like called Reese's, you know, it's a Reese's replacement for Reese's. And Reese's, of course, is a peanut butter cup.
You know, I'm not sure if it's just me noticing a pattern.
Grow Daddy eating
The chocolate with the peanut butter? I'm just saying that I think I grew a lot of strains that give me the munchies.
Hey everybody, I'm Grow Daddy, aka Patrick, and welcome to Grow Daddy TV Studios, because you've made it. Yeah, you have. You've made it to season 10, episode 15, and I gotta tell you something. Okay, you guys? The girls have been asking about you guys all week. They've been dying to come and show you what, you know, it's like little kids. They want to show you what they've achieved in the week. And that's what we're here to do, you guys. And for you guys that just got here, I love to just lay it all out and let you guys know what's going on, because it looks a little different than a lot of YouTube grows you might be watching, right? Because we only have 2 little tents. We only have 4 little plants. That's all we have in our grow. And I'll tell you what.
Legal in Canada.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what we're doing different. We're doing a few things different than everybody else. We're growing 4, only 4, because I think it's relatable to a lot of people out there growing to only grow 4. We're getting about 6 ounces a plant, 5 or 6 ounces a plant. Our goal is 6 or better, of course. We have a goal in the tent. And we only grow the top buds. We don't grow all the way down. And we get a lot of pinches in. We grow scrogless. We don't have a scrog, but we got everything flat to the top of the canopy. And we only grow the top buds, ensuring that we get no larf in our grow, or at least coming as close to no larf in the grow, giving our chances the best of getting nothing but top shelf, I like to say top shelf craft buds.
A-buds.
A-buds, absolutely the best buds, and without any larf. And when you grow down the stems, you get a lot of larf, okay?
Now, first of all, does everyone know what LARF is, and what's our hashtag?
Fuck larf. Because I hate trimming it. Larf is just looser bud, more leaf in it, and you'll get that when you go down the stem.
Fluffy, airy.
Yeah, and you know, people in the comments, some people go, what's wrong with that? I like larf. Well, I use larf in this and that. And I go, okay, you go ahead and keep using your larf. Keep trimming your larf if you like trimming it. You go ahead. I'm gonna do it this way because I love the whole trim. I don't get in trim gel anymore because I'm just trimming dense buds, and there's nothing better. I think we pretty much covered everything on that first page, and let's go to the second one. Well, we're really honest about our results on our bud, what kind of bud we grow at the end, and you'll see. You go back and look at our harvests.
Yeah, we're
very
shameless.
detailed.
We're shameless. We've had a few flops.
Yeah, we have had some flops. It's embarrassing when we don't have a good grow, but it seems that every season that goes by, we pick up a little more consistency with what we're doing, and this is working for us. And we do twist the knob a little bit. Like if you look at last,
fine tuning.
We fine tune every grow, so hopefully it's getting better every grow, and that's part of citizen science. And just to let you guys know the timeline in the tent, if you're curious, we're in the 8th week of flower now, and the girls are looking absolutely beautiful. And when I say 8th week of flower, I mean 52nd day of flower, which is 7 weeks and
a couple few days
into the 8th week. So it's just started the 8th week, right? It hasn't made it through an 8th week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we are. 118 days when we started our seeds in our pellets. So we're 118 days into the grow, you guys. That's where we're at in the grow. And we do go through everything. We'll take you through what we did in the tent this week. And at this point in the tent, we don't make a lot of changes, so it'll go real quick. Okay, you guys? People are starting to run their lights at different cycles, like 10 hours on, 14 off.
That's a 9 point, yeah.
I even think Jeremy is running in flower. He's running at 11 hours on and 23 or whatever
13.
it is, 13 off. I think everybody's starting to kind of move their lights a little bit. I don't know anything about it.
We're scared. We're conservative.
I wouldn't say I'm scared. I haven't seen a white paper on it. I see guys doing it. I haven't seen the necessary outcomes. And when I say outcomes, people say it came out good. I want to hear how much larf they had. I want to hear how much of their tent they took up, because a lot of people will grow in this space and they got room for 3 more plants, which I don't understand, because we do grow to fill up our whole space to get as much out of our space as we can. And of course,
it would be great to know if that would be better. I'd love it, but help us out, guys. If you can find any evidence that it works, Well,
one thing we did was we did a top dressing. Last season, I experimented by not doing a top dressing in week 3 of flower, like I've normally done throughout my grows. And everything started fading on us a couple weeks earlier. And this week, we're starting to notice a little bit of fade. We're starting to notice some senescence here. She's not really fading. You can see she's changing colors without getting yellow or really because of, but over down here on the end, we're getting a little yellow because she's really used up a lot of the nutrients down there, Ivy, because she's so big.
I think Ivy's so big, she sucked up everything out of her pot.
There's nothing you can do except the next time we do it, I'll think, oh man, this plant's bigger than everybody else, and give her a little extra. I should have thought of that, but I thought one top dressing would be enough, and it kind of is. It kind of is. I'm telling you, all the buds are going to come out great, and that's another thing I want to talk about real quick, you guys. Hey, some of the ugliest plants I've ever grown have been just delicious, you guys. And I can show you that. I can show you Sage is showing a little maybe magnesium or calcium deficiency a little bit at this point in the growth. She's about ready to go on to her 8th week. Who gives a shit? That's my theory.
They're almost done.
Well, it's not only they're almost done, they've got plenty in them. The little deficiencies aren't going to hurt. Your deficiencies, worry about them in veg before you get them to go to flower, or if they're really young in flower. After about the 6th week, there's nothing you can do
let her rip.
Yeah, as long as you're putting the right water on them and everything else, and as long as they haven't completely run out. We do have, it's not like we couldn't feed them if we really wanted to. I do have some bottle nutrients right here if I really want to feed them.
Maybe you could give Ivy some of that.
No, it's not how I roll in this tent.
You are a stingy
It's not only stingy, but I'm also showing everybody, stop worrying about a couple leaves that look a little bit a little sus.
See, this is the science.
Yeah, this is my science. And
science
but you'll see these buds will be hard and delicious. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter.
I guess the science is, we're never going to get a sponsor because we're telling people clearly
not to use stuff.
Any of that shit.
Just keep pouring it on, you guys. That's what they'll tell you in the YouTubes. Keep pouring this shit on.
$20.
Yeah, let's talk. I'm getting on my tangents this week, but let's talk about what we did in the tent this week. And we start out with light, you guys. And like I said, if you guys are missing anything that we said, you can always go down to the spreadsheet and check that out exactly if you guys are looking for details. We are running a Mars Hydro 4000 FC EVO in the tent. We've got 2 of them, and they're actually made for a 2x4. Okay, you guys? And any light is going to work. Okay, any light is going to work in your tent. I'm telling you. Some lights. I would want enough power, but if you don't, they're still going to do a good job. I've grown with a lot of different lights.
These are really good, and if you use the FC 4000s from Mars Hydro, you can just see exactly what we're doing here, and this is working. Yeah,
but we're hanging at 16 inches using 280 watts, and we do use a watt meter back here. These are watt meters to let us know the watts, and it can relate to your lights even if they're different. Because if you're hanging 16 or 8, if you're hanging 18 inches using 280 watts, you're looking good, guy. You really are in flower. You're looking perfect right there at 280 watts. Now, you can lower or raise the lights as you see the leaves see fit, but we're gonna put you in a really good zone where it's not gonna hurt your flowers. The last thing I wanna do is hurt your flowers. Because what happens to people that get flowers that are hurt? They may give up and stop growing if they have a couple bad growths.
Yeah, so be conservative. Hey, Grow Daddy, how do you know if you're putting on too much light there?
Well, your leaves will tell you. And I've had a lot of comments. This is another thing in the comments. It's always in the comments. I'm always giving the wrong instructions on my light reading abilities.
As far as we know, what does it mean when the leaves are kind of curling under, like?
Oh, if they're doing this and they're kind of curling, that means they are getting too much light right off the bat. And then within a few days, if you're still letting them do that and you're still giving them the light, next thing you know, they'll start curling. They'll start turning yellow. Things will start happening to your leaves.
Start tacoing.
Yeah, but if you catch it in the first day or two, you can change your lights and,
no harm done.
No harm done.
No foul.
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes when they're really young, in veg, they'll grow up. They grow up too fast before you can even catch them when you come home from golf.
Yes.
And you come home and they're all like.
I burnt a few leaves when they were just really small.
And the leaves go all yellow, and then you have.
Yeah, and then what happens?
Then you just raise the light.
Yeah.
And they get better.
Yeah. So we're using 280 watts. We're using 280 watts hanging at 16. But if you were hanging at 18, it wouldn't make a big difference. We like 16 right now with these lights because there's several bar lights and they're taking up a pretty good chunk of the tent. And they're doing a really good job actually at hanging at 16 inches. I really like it. We used to hang our other lights at 18. And I think we're hanging it with 280 par, same as we were using, except we're hanging lower. I think we've got about another 25 to 50 par hitting our canopy as well, which is an addition. I did want to use the lights and raise them up a little bit.
And we don't have any problems with lights. The leaves are telling us.
The leaves are telling us they love life, according to me. They say the leaves are really happy right here because they're transpiring and they're
optimizing the light that if they're level, they could really use a little more. If the leaves are flat and level, it means they're really trying to get more light.
I like a good mix myself.
Yeah.
Myself, I like some. You can see in our tent, we'll have some that are praying. They're up like this. They're asking for light, and then some of them are kind of laying flat. I've got some lights over here. I've got some over here that are praying, and they're also starting to curl up from too much light. So you guys can be the judge of that. At this point in the grow, though, this late in the grow, I raised the lights just a little bit this morning because of this, though. Okay. And this one's turning yellow. She's really flat, so I figured maybe a little less light on this one. I'm just using a judgment call. But keep an eye on your leaves, you guys, and they'll tell you whether to raise or lower your light.
And remember, less is more. Like less is better than too much.
All the time. All day long, less is better than too much. I've grown better buds with not enough light than too much light because that'll hermy your plants, give you seeds. I got seeds. I've done everything wrong, by the way.
You know what? I don't really smoke that much, but like when Grow Daddy smokes.
Oh, you take a hit every once in a great blue moon.
But when you smoke it and you hit a seed, it stinks up the whole
You haven't smelt that in a while, though, have you, Mrs.
Not
Grow Daddy?
in a long time.
Because I'll tell you what, even the crap that I was growing with seeds and the shit that I grew in the beginning, still got me high. Yeah. It still got me high.
Did.
But I'm sure not proud to give away buds that have seeds. And what am I going to do at this point when I get seeds? Just my buddies that are waiting for a little taste of my buds. I just say, oh, I don't have any. I mean, what do I do?
And if you gave it to them and it had seeds, they'd be like, what, this guy has a fucking TV show? Like, what?
But you know what I am? I'm shameless. I give it to them anyway. You guys know I'm shameless. We did a whole video on me being shameless, you guys. 280 watts hanging, and that's giving us about 800 par on the top of the canopy, which is perfect for my style of growing because all the buds are level. Now, when you start getting buds that are, like this, one's up here, one's down here.
Sort of Christmas tree stuff.
Yeah, I hear people, like people are growing 1,000 watts, right? They're using 1,000 watts. And I don't think that's not their average. Their average for the whole canopy is probably like 800. I'm just giving you, because you hear this. This is what I heard when I first started growing.
Yeah, because the buds at the top would be getting like, sometimes like 1,000, and the ones at the bottom might be getting 600.
Yeah, so when I first started growing, I said, hey, 1,000 sounds good. Let me put it at 1,000. I started burning my plants, and I've been growing this style since I started growing, where I tried to fill up the tent. I wasn't growing this style where you just have, a few plants in the tent. You've got, you probably can't see this, but the bottom of my tent is absolutely dark because there's no light getting through the canopy.
We can see it.
You can, but I know when we see it on film, I don't think we can really see it as well on film. But it's absolutely dark underneath the tent. And our DLI is 34.5 in the tent. That's what we're growing in flower. In the 8th week of flower right now, that's what we're doing. Okay, Grow Daddy. And as far as water, you guys know how excited I get about water. Something about water is just, it tells me where the girls are. And I'll tell you what, I noticed a big decline in water this week. Not in our notes, not in this week, but like today and yesterday. Plants have really shut down on the water.
It's on the downswing. Yeah, when I was doing the data entry this morning, I was checking the water, the daily average for this week.
Yeah.
And it looks really high.
Yeah.
The last couple of days have been dropped right off.
They have. They dropped right off. Heather is getting 1.9. Fern is getting 1.8, which is, these are lower than last week.
These are liters. And for you Americans, that's kind of like a quart.
Yeah, a liter's almost a quart.
Yeah.
Or is it over a quart? A little under a quart?
A little bit more.
Figure it out, you guys. Oh, I use liters up here in Canada because I'm trying.
4 liters is a little bit more than a gallon.
Oh,
and
so a liter is a little more than a quart.
Just a shiver more.
Yeah, and Sage, 2 liters, you guys. She's starting to drink more. I don't know why, but she looks really, really good. Small but mighty. And I'll tell you what, Ivy, showing no signs of slowing down at all. 2.7. And I'd also like to say that we like to pH our water around 6.5. And I do that with ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid. Mrs. Grodaddy's going to put a little picture of that little container that I have and I use. And I got to tell you guys, I put just a little less than a quarter teaspoon of vitamin C, ascorbic acid, in a 5-gallon bucket. It drops my pH from 7.5 down to 6.5, where I want to be, or around there. And I like to water a little, so I basically put, a little less, a little more to get my pH where I want it.
Yeah, that stuff's like magic. And believe us, guys, we do not work for big vitamin C.
We do not. and I also want to say that we're not afraid to put any pH water from well, I try to get it between 6 and 7. That's really what I want.
pH.
Yeah, if I don't get my pH between 6 and 7, I'll literally take my bucket and I'll get another bucket of water and try again. That's how we roll in GoDaddy TV studios. Yeah. Our VPD, vapor pressure deficit, well, we pay attention to that sometimes. Last season, we were running a little hot because we weren't looking at it, but I'll tell you what, we also had all of our girls foxtailed.
They all foxtailed.
Yeah, all 4 of them.
All different strains.
Yeah, all different strains. They all foxtail. But I got to tell you something. They were all dense and they were all good. The foxtail didn't mean larf. It didn't mean crappy bud. They just foxtail.
It's almost like the foxtailing almost looked to me, and this is weird. It just looked like they grew a second set of Guy Fieri hair.
Well, that is exactly what foxtailing is. But if I could catch you guys before you keyboard warriors get at it and tell me about it's too much heat, too much light, that's what you're going to tell me, because that's theoretically that is what they will tell you if you go look it up, or somebody will tell you that it's too much heat or too much light is going to cause foxtailing. And I can tell you something. We got it all in the notes. Not too much heat, not too much foxtailing, or not too much heat, not too much light. You could look at the girls and tell that the girls were fine. They weren't overstressed that way.
So we're thinking it might have been the VPD.
It could have been the humidity.
The humidity was a little high, and we looked high and low. No one ever said anything about maybe the humidity is too high. Maybe that causes
But maybe it doesn't. Maybe they were all genetically just bound to foxtail. Because, a lot of times it's just in the genetics and there's nothing you can do about it. But we had all 4 of them, so it made, see, this is citizen science. So it made us think, so we're changing things, seeing if it does anything different, just kind of see how it is. So our VPT in the tent, by the way, in flower right now, we're running things between 75 and 78 degrees through our flower. Fahrenheit, and we're running 45 to 50% relative humidity. And if you look over here at the chart, you'll see where that is on the chart if you download this chart. And
I put your KPA this time.
Thank you, Mrs. Grady. Between 1.5 and 1.7. I have no idea what that means.
KPA.
Yeah. Well, we say it once. We do say that the numbers in this chart, those are KPAs, or better known as kilopascals, and it's just a measurement that I don't really care about, because because you just tell them what humidity and temperatures, and that's your KPA. And that's what I understand. If you give me a number, I'm going, man, I just don't have that whole fucking chart memorized.
A lot of people in our comments are smart enough to know the KPAs they're using.
They are. Well, we have smart growers in our. We do have a lot of smart growers.
Thank you, smart growers, who come and watch our dumb little show anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the sweet spot, if you find the sweet spot, on this chart, your plants are going to photosynthesize the best. They're going to grow the best, because this chart will tell you where to grow your plants in veg, flower, seedling stage, so on and so forth. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're putting the right light on it, if you're putting the right light and you're giving it the right amount of water, those are the two things that really, those are the two most critical things in your grow, are the light and the water that your roots are getting.
Yeah, it's almost like the VPD will just slow you down.
It just slow down the grow.
But humidity is a danger.
Yeah.
For white powdery mildew.
Absolutely. Yeah, you go up in humidity, you know, you're going to get white powdery mildew. And we had that problem outside when I first started growing. And that's why we're inside growing plants without bugs on them, growing plants without any mild or moldy problems. I mean, it's just optimal, absolutely optimal. I just love this. It's so exciting. Anyways, that's our VPD in the tent. And I'll tell you guys what, let's get looking at some weed porn, because I know you guys came here to see the girls this week. They've been waiting to see you. So come on! All right, you guys, we made it. We made it to tent 1, and we're gonna show you guys what these girls look like up close and personal. We've got Heather, our Shiskaberry from Rocket Seeds on the left, and Fern, our TERPYZ Mutant Genetics Afghan Kosher on the right, and they're both looking just absolutely beautiful. And you can see, I've got a couple yo-yos right now working in the tent, and we're gonna probably pick up more yo-yos as these buds pick up a little weight over the next couple weeks. They're looking really good. Let's take a close look at Heather though, and see what's going on in the tent over here. Come on. Hello, Heather. Heather is our Shiskaberry from Rocket Seeds, and let me tell you what, she's looking really good. Her leaves, look at her leaves right now, Miss Scrutiny. There's barely any, if any, tip burn on any of the leaves. The buds are just, they got good stuff all over them, all that crystal stuff all over them. They're looking just, the terps are smelling just wonderful in the tent, nice and sweet, like the Shiskaberry is supposed to smell. And I'm telling you, I'm so anxious to get at this Shiskaberry, because these Shiskaberries look absolutely beautiful that we're growing in the tent. Look at these beauties. They're absolute beauties. If I could give you a couple close-ups of what we're doing right here, Mrs. Grodaddy in the front, okay? And let me show you, these are the average size, okay? Oh, this one's a little bigger than average. See there? You see how big she is? She's pretty good size. And then right here, this is probably average. See, just a nice bud on top. And that's all we're growing in the tent, is just nice sized buds in the tent. You can see most of them are about that size.
Now, let's take a look. We were talking about the foxtailing that we suspect.
Oh, yeah. See, I think this one's a good example right here. Come over here, Mrs. Grodaddy.
Yeah?
This one I'm thinking, right over here. Look, here's the camera. Let's go over here. Over here. Okay, right here. This one, now look at, see these little things coming out? That could be some foxtailing just starting. So we're keeping an eye on them. Remember, we had all 4 girls foxtail.
It's like a second set of pistils.
Yeah. Oh, look at those trichomes, Mrs. Grodaddy. Absolutely beautiful. Anyways, we've got our eye on these girls because we're running at a little lower humidity and hoping that's going to take care of it. Look at the leaves. We're not running too much light, and there's definitely not too much heat. So I'm telling you, that's not going to be a reason for the foxtailing. It would be genetics. We'll blame it on genetics for sure. Yeah. Hey, listen. We can always blame something else happened. We can always do that, Mrs. Grodaddy, for sure. What a beautiful little bud that is. Let's take a look at our other girl in the tent, Fern, our Afghan Kosher from TERPYZ Mutant Genetics. Come on. Hello, Fern. Fern is our Afghan Kosher. TERPYZ Mutant Genetics is the breeder, and I'll tell you what, this is not the first TERPYZ we've had in the tent. They're all coming out beautiful. Every TERPYZ we've had, they're beautiful plants. Look at the finesse on this girl. Oh my God, she's turning purple. You can see that her tips on all of her leaves are really barely even, she's got barely any burnt tips. You know, they say, you know what they say? They say, if you don't have a little burnt tip, you're not trying. That's what they say. But I got to tell you something. We put less amendments in last time, and they were starving, but they had more tip burn. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
At any rate, these girls are really looking delicious, and the terps are beautiful. Everything's just spot on. And then, of course, look at that beautiful thing. Look at it from the top, Mrs. Grodaddy. Oh my God, she's just so beautiful. Oh, we love the girls. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at all those. Look at all those. Just
Pistils.
The trichomes are on there. She's still got pistils. Like I said, we haven't even looked at these things yet. They're nowhere near being ready. We usually don't harvest until at least after the 8th week, and probably closer to the 11th week. We will harvest because we like our stuff really, really done. She's looking absolutely beautiful, you guys. I don't know what to tell you besides you guys are absolutely gorgeous. Let's go take a look at tent 2. We've seen tent 1. They've shown off enough in here. You girls are beautiful. Let's take a look at your sisters over in tent 2. Come on. Okay, guys. Looks like we made it. Yeah, we did. We made it to tent 2. We love the girls in tan too. We have two of the most beautiful girls in tan too. Yeah, we do. We have Sage. She's a Chemy Lemmy. Oh, she's absolutely beautiful. Sage, you are absolutely gorgeous. Chemy Lemmy from Nectar Genetics. And on the right, we have Ivy. She's another Shiskaberry from Rocket Seeds. We're growing two of those girls, one in each tent. Let's go take a close look at Sage. Hello, Sage. Sage is our Chemy Lemmy from Nectar Genetics, and she's a little stunted with her growth, but we've always got one in the tent. We know what to expect. We got all the buds up to the top, and I got to tell you guys something. I'm expecting at least 4 ounces of nothing but dense, beautiful buds, because look at everything. I mean, her trichomes are absolutely just coming off of her, and she's still got pistils. That means she's still growing. She's still going to get a little size to her. She's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And you see those purple stems? Oh, she don't even have any tip burn, if any. She doesn't even really have any tip burn. She does, look at this leaf right here though. She's got a little bit of this on a couple of leaves. And you would say that's potassium, magnesium, cal deficiency. Well, let me tell you guys, only a couple leaves. You know, and
it's not a big problem.
At this stage in the grow, it just doesn't fucking matter. What do you do at this point? The girls are growing. They're taking nutrients up. It doesn't matter. People are going to argue about it with me, but it ain't going to do you any good, you guys. Do you see that they've also got some purple? Look at these purple stems with the leaves. Do you see the purple? Now, you know, a lot of people. You know what's funny is you can get those from overwatering. You can get those from underwatering, you can get those from too much light, and you can get those from genetics. And we'll never know which one it is, will we, Mrs. Grody? Yeah, we will, because we've given her the perfect amount of light, the perfect amount of water, so we know it's genetics. We absolutely know. We're blaming it on genetics. Yeah, we are. Anything we don't know what we're doing, we'll blame on genetics.
Or Mrs. Grodaddy.
Genetics is just the easy scapegoat for us, I think.
Sure is.
I'll tell you what, though, Chemy Lemmy's looking beautiful, and she's got some lemon terps coming off of her, and we can't wait. I've never had a real lemon, to smoke.
It does smell lemony. I gotta say, it does smell like one of those lemon cleaners. I was noticing that, and I remember that in the write-up.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to, or I should say I'm looking forward to seeing what, she's gonna offer as far as, her smoke and what she's gonna taste like. But as you can see, she's got plenty of growing left. Look at those pistils. That means she's still growing. Mm-hmm. She's still bulking up. She's still getting bigger. She's drinking more. She's drinking second most in the tent. She's drinking a lot of water at this point, which means she's still really growing. We've got a couple girls that have really dropped off, but not Sage. Sage is drinking more than ever right now. Hey, let's take a look at Ivy in the tent, because she's taking up 3/4 of the tent. We got to show her off a little bit. Let's take a look at Ivy. Come on. Hello, Ivy. Ivy is our Shiskaberry from Rocket Seeds. She's one of two. We have another Shiskaberry in the other tent. They look completely different though, but I'll tell you what, their terps are very, very similar. They smell very, very similar, and they just look completely different. I gotta be honest, Ivy looks like she's foxtailing. We'll know as the grow goes on a few more weeks if she's foxtailing, and who knows why. Just could be genetics, I guess. It could be she's running out. If you notice, look at her leaves; they're all kind of turning yellow.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have enough. Nutrients in the soil. She needed another top dressing because she's so huge. She's taking up 3/4 of the tent. I just didn't think she would need more than I put on her. But trust me, you guys.
She sucked it all up.
Yeah, we're not going to freak out about a few leaves yellowing going into the 8th week of flower, because I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter at this point. The plant is using up the nutrients in the leaves. It's losing up all the nutrients it can to go into the flowers, and that could be why we are experiencing foxtailing, because we had this very similar in our last grow. All of our flowers foxtailed, but all of them needed nutrients in the end. We got, hey, listen, this is citizen science.
New theory.
This is new theory. That's all it is theory, testing theory. We'll make sure all of our girls have enough nutrients to make it through the grow next season. Yeah. Nevertheless, I don't want to say there's not enough, because this girl's going to do just fine. Her buds are going to be just absolutely beautiful. But did we cause the foxtailing, or is it, part of the genetics? We don't know. These two Shiskaberries that we have look completely different than from each other. They have through the whole grow. This one has been a much lighter green. Her buds have been more pointy. The Shiskaberry over there, well, the Shiskaberry over there is pointy, but she got rid of all of her pistils, and she just started looking different a week or two ago. Looking great in here, Ivy. I'm telling you, you're absolutely beautiful. And Sage, look at you. Look at you, you little cutie. You little cutie beauty. You're absolutely gorgeous. And I'll tell you what, Fern, oh my God, look at those beautiful colors. I'll tell you what, the TERPYZ has just come out to play every time with beautiful colors in the tent. They do have some beautiful, beautiful flowers. Love it. Heather, look at Heather. Now this is our other Shiskaberry. Now look at her. She's very, very green. We put the same amount of nutrients in both of them, so we know they have the same, but she's smaller. She's not quite as big.
And threatening to foxtail.
Possibly, but I don't think so. These look like really, really nice buds, but I'll tell you what, Faith was a TERPYZ. She her bud structure looked very much the same in last season, and then she ended up foxtailing in the end. I'll tell you what, these girls are absolutely looking beautiful, and I got to tell you, they've been waiting all week. You can't hear them. I can hear them. They're all just excited and happy, and they just love you guys. So I'm out. Come on. Hey guys, just wanted to thank you guys again for another epic episode, and it's only epic because you guys come and look at it. Without you guys coming and checking it out, these girls feel like they're not special. Yeah. And you guys are making all of us feel special on Sunday mornings when we read your comments. You guys are absolutely... You
absolutely make our day, you guys. Oh, bring it on. Thanks so much for the nice comments and the support.
And we usually get somebody in the comments, usually once an episode, somebody goes, man, I found your channel. I can't believe you guys don't have more subscribers. I can't believe you guys aren't bigger than you are. Well, let me tell you guys something. Maybe we should do a standalone video one of these days and talk about YouTube, on this subject, Mrs. GoDaddy, because I'll tell you what, it's blown us away.
You really want to piss off YouTube?
How am I going to do? Yeah, you really want to piss off? Well, I'm going to tell. You know what? Real quickly, I know this is kind of. I want to tell you guys. I really love you guys, but for you guys that I should have probably mentioned this in the beginning because we probably lost most of our audience by now. But I'd just like to say it's been a grind for us. We've been at this for quite some time. And it's not, because we get shadow banned, YouTube shadow bans us. We don't get any revenue from YouTube because of the content that we're doing.
This is totally our part-time volunteer job.
Yeah, this is our part-time volunteer job that we've done for
Public
4.5,
service.
5 years. It's our public service. We love you guys and we love doing it. But I just want to answer some of you guys in the comments and say, how come you guys don't have enough? You guys don't have that many subscribers, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly why. One is we only do one video a week. We don't really pump them out like you'll see a lot of YouTubers pumping out videos. This will help the algorithm. And another thing that helps the algorithm is watching our videos all the way through and subscribing, which people don't do, by the way. We have lots of people that I see comment and they're not subscribed.
Well, sometimes they're just privately subscribed, not publicly subscribed.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you guys are watching this show and like this show, hey,
share.
Throw some shit our way, you guys. We're working for peanuts over here and it's taken forever to get to this point. I'm pretty proud of having all the subscribers that we have at this point.
But the real reason we do it is because we just love connecting with this wonderful community. Honestly, our Sundays it's like a party for us every morning, just hanging with you guys.
And we've said this before. This is a hobby for me and Mrs. GoDaddy as well, making these videos. We've had a really good time making them. It is work, but who says a hobby isn't? God damn it, I work on golf almost every day of the week. And I can't say, every day of the week I work on it. So it's a hobby that we work on, and sometimes it feels more like work. Golf feels more like work sometimes. Sometimes golf feels like a lot of work sometimes. Nevertheless, I get my ass up and I go do it because I love doing it and I want to do it. Just like this show, just like growing these plants, I love doing it. I love the interaction with you guys. But if you could throw us a bone by subscribing, sharing,
it's free.
Liking.
It's totally free to do.
We never ask.
Won't cost you.
We never ask. Rarely ask. I shouldn't say never, but rarely. In fact, let me do an experiment. We're saying, let me see if we can generate more than we normally do.
Let's do an experiment.
Subscribers or likes.
If you get down on your hands and knees and grovel, maybe no.
I'm not doing that, Mrs. GoDaddy. But I'll tell you guys what. Another thing that hurts our show too is we go through one grow at a time. We don't have flowers all the time, and we get most of our subscribers at this time in the grow. People see what I'm doing and go, oh. This guy's making some sense now. I can see the sense he's making. I can see what he's doing in there. But when we're in veg and I'm doing these crazy shit training, people are kind of going,
It's kind of ugly.
it's not ugly, it's boring. It's kind of on the boring side. We pick up a few subscribers, but we really pick up a lot in flour. So I'll tell you what, we got everybody watching today. Let's subscribe, let's like, let's share the channel, and let's be a part of the family, the Grow Daddy family. Love you guys. Thanks for coming. See you guys next week, because these girls, maybe I'll look at the trichomes between now and then and give you an idea of how close they are.
Might
But
have some trichomes.
I don't look at them before they've actually went through 8 weeks of flour. I won't even look at them. It's not even worth me looking at them. I'd be wasting my time. Love you guys. See you guys next week. Next episode, episode 16. Come on!
Woo.
15, and we're real happy to see you. And don't worry, Mrs. Grow Daddy's back here. Speak up, Mrs. Grow Daddy. Say hi.
Hey everybody, happy Sunday.
It's Sunday morning. Come on, get your bongs loaded, get your coffee, and let's have a really, really good Sunday
To be
morning.
quite honest,
All right, here you go.
ready?
Outro, baby.
Outro. Okay. All right. Hey everybody, keep an eye on you. Woo! Yeah! Come on! That was it. That was it.